Fantasy football owners got off easy last week, as very few fantasy-relevant players suffered big injuries. However, there are still two important questionable players heading into Monday night's final game of Week 7. Rob Kelley and Wendell Smallwood, and the Martavis Bryant trade demand saga in Pittsburgh continues to play out. Throw in the fallout of the Carson Palmer and Jay Cutler injuries, plus the rare relevant kicker ailment Dan Bailey, and there's still some drama in the fantasy world as we head into Week 8. Here's the latest on these players and more. Week 8 rankings: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, DST, kicker. Martavis Bryant trade update. Bryant once again aired his grievances with the Steelers on social media this week, seemingly confirming that he wants to be traded. But even after that and skipping team meetings reportedly because of a doctor visit, Bryant will not be traded as suspended, according to a report. Bryant's fantasy value is obviously dropping fast, but as long as he's on the Steelers, he has upside. His lack of targets is obviously a concern, and if you want to drop him, far be it from us to talk you into keeping him, but just know there are few players with Bryant's ceiling available on the waiver wire. Bryant's drop in targets production will likely be Juju Smith-Schuster's gain, but as of right now, Antonio Brown is the only Steelers receiver who looks like anything near an every-week play. Is Rob Kelley playing on Monday? After a 12-week absence, Kelley ankle returned to practice this week and is expected to play on Monday against the Eagles. Kelley was stuffed by the Eagles for only 30 yards on 10 carries in Week 1, but he rebounded the following week with 78 yards on 12 carries before injuring his ribs. He hasn't been fully healthy since, so it's tough to know what to expect out of Kelley on Monday. Chances are he'll get around 12-15 touches and post a moderate amount of yards. His value will be determined by whether he can get into the end zone. Is Wendell Smallwood playing Monday night? Smallwood has missed the past 2 games because of a knee injury, but all signs point to him returning Monday against Washington despite being listed as questionable. Smallwood's role is very much up in the air, with LeGarrette Blount performing decently in his absence. About 10 touches is in play, but Smallwood figures to do more damage in PPR leagues than standard formats. Jay Cutler injury update. Cutler will definitely miss Thursday's Week 8 game against Baltimore because of cracked ribs, but it's unclear just how long he'll be out. Matt Moore performed well after Cutler exited Sunday's game, and given his decent performance last year, there's a very real chance he will remain in the starter's role even when Cutler is healthy. Either way, he doesn't have a ton of fantasy value himself, but his presence won't significantly alter the values of Miami's receivers. Carson Palmer injury news. A broken left arm will sideline Palmer for at least 2 months, possibly putting an end to his season and career. Even though Palmer had his ups and downs this season, his absence figures to hurt Arizona's wide receivers. Drew Stanton will start in Palmer's place. Dan Bailey injury update. Bailey is expected to miss the next several weeks because of a groin injury, making him immediately droppable in all fantasy leagues. Dallas hasn't signed a new kicker yet, but whoever it is should see plenty of scoring chances in an indoor stadium.